So yeah, there are countless of musicians out there who have tried severally to stop e-transposing or electronically transposing without success. So me being a musician over these years, I have been afforded the privilege to encounter a lot of musicians who are addicted to the electronically way of transposing. So those who happen to confide in me, they give self-justifiable reasons why they cannot stop e-transposing or they patronize e-transposing. So let me give you some reasons why they can't manually transpose or mentally transpose. So the first one, this is the first complaint. Listen. So the first one is every key is entirely different and presents its unique challenges. How on earth am I going to keep up with these 12 challenges when after learning just a few new keys, I go back to the first or second key only to find I've forgotten some of the chords? That's first complaint. Second complaint is I have tried and it's not working. I even went to the extent of learning chords from key to key per week. I just gave up because it wasn't really working for me. When I tried to put my practice to use and play in the new key, people start complaining in church that there are a lot of mistakes in my playing lately. So that's the second one. Then we go to the third one, which says it's difficult and I think it's impossible for me to play in all 12 keys. Do you really know what it takes or what it took me to be able to play the much I can in one key? Heck, why did Yamaha put the transpose button on their keyboard if they didn't want me to use it? Yeah, so after these are most complaints that those who e-transpose say. Well, I must say that I was once that guy who used to love the transpose button. Yes, I loved it a lot. And one thing is moving from one key to another was just a matter of me knowing the plus and minus 12 difference between the keys and learning how to do it fast and as smooth as possible. So I was once that guy. I was transposing. My favorite key was C because most of the tutorials that I used to watch, they were in the key of C. So I used to be that type that I was practicing a whole lot in C, but not anymore. So you would ask, why on earth am I transposing electronically? So there's something. A vast majority of pianists who e-transpose, they know their major and minor scales. They know their major and minor triads. They even know their major and minor sevenths. So you think with all this knowledge, at least they should be able to have the idea of transposing, using the mental approach of transposition. Well, yeah, it all comes down to one thing: the arch enemy of pianists who e-transpose. That happens to be the problem of indecision. So yeah, you have pianists who they know their major and minor skills, major and minor triads, major and minor sevenths, and yet still they decide not to um, transpose using the mental transposition. It's not logical because I don't see why you should have all this knowledge in major and minor skills, major and minor triads, and yet still you cannot play in all 12 keys. It all comes down to one thing, which is indecision. Yeah. Most of the times, decisions are tied around sacrifices and choices. Alright? So, there are two important things that you must sacrifice if you want to make the decision making process easier for you. Alright? So, many musicians they want to quit e-transposing, but occasionally and unfortunately, they find themselves going back to using the plus and minus button, the e-transposing method. However, these two things, if sacrifice, will put you at peace whilst progressing from e-transposing to m-transposing. So yeah, the first thing that you have to sacrifice is your reputation. So what do I mean by reputation? So many musicians find it hard to sacrifice their reputation when other musicians are around. Yeah, I know how expected they are to hear those chords, those runs, riffs from you. But hey, why don't you sacrifice your reputation and work on your character? Alright. So they are calling you a keyboard wizard, all that, because they are flashing so many amazing things, maybe in one key or in the key of C. Yet deep down, you know how you will sound if you were to lower it a key below, like B. So tell me, which one is important? Your reputation. Is your reputation important? In quotes, who they think you are, or your character, who you really are? Which is more important? Yeah, so the second thing that you have to sacrifice is convenience. So yeah, it's quite challenging learning all the 12 keys. Yeah, you know that all the 12 keys have different shapes. But however, I'm here to tell you that you have to step out of your comfort zone. There's a need for that inconvenience. It will help lift you faster. So one thing you have to do is you have to defy your fears, face the challenges, so that you can say, yeah, I came, I saw, and I conquered 12 over 12. So there's a need to sacrifice convenience, so that you'll be able to step out of your comfort zone and challenge all the 12 keys. In the end, it will certainly pay off. So now one thing I want you to do is I want you to make that decision now. Don't be like, oh, I'll start maybe next year or next 2 months, because the idea of moving from indecision to procrastination is like jumping from frying pan to fire. So make that decision, endeavor to learn in all 12 keys, and it will certainly pay off. Yeah. So thank you guys for watching this video. You can like, comment, subscribe, and share to as many as possible. So thank you guys, and see you in the next video.